Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be going over everything I could find in regards to hunting so far in Tales of Tanorio. So let's get right into it. Just a quick disclaimer is that all of this information may not be 100% up to date and accurate, as changes may have been made during development, but this is just everything we have been told so far. So let's dive right in. So first, I'd like to go over the basics. So your two primary ways of encountering Tanorians in grass are overworld encounters and just running through the grass and getting something. And you might have seen in the trailer that the grass encounter might have been a bit too slow, but don't worry, you can speed that up in game. There is also fishing and egg hatching, but we barely know anything about fishing. And I think egg hatching probably deserves its own video when that is actually done in game, because it's probably going to be quite a bit complicated. Anyway, moving on to things about shinies. Shiny odds will be at a base 1 in 2000, and these odds cannot be boosted by Robux in any way. However, to reduce shiny odds, you will be able to use chaining, which is a technique that basically involves you to feint the Tanorian species you are going after the shiny of repeatedly, and the more you do, the more it will reduce the odds. We don't know if this is capped, though. Now, since chaining has changed from a capture-based chaining to a feinting-based chaining, there's been quite a few things that we don't know whether it's changed or not. For example, it hasn't really been stated how a chain might break, so I guess the best we can infer is if you interact, e.g. feinting / catching another Tanorian species, or this is confirmed by the way, if you do find something rare of the same species you are chaining for. Some other chain rules given were that chains save between save file reloads, chains will only count if the Tanorian is a wild encounter, and after a chain of 50, you cannot fail a chain by accidentally running or feinting. And I reckon these are probably going to stay the same, but who knows. Fishing chaining was also mentioned, which if you fail a fishing encounter, it will fail the chain. Now, I think that's everything with the devlogs. I do apologize if I did get anything wrong, but it is probably the most confusing aspect of the video because the information is scattered around and I'm just trying to infer what I can best, so bear with me here. But anyway, with that being said, let's move on to INCENSES. So INCENSES basically increase Tanorian spawn rates within a certain area, and they affect the entire server. They can be obtained from missions, giveaways, and tamer levels. You can also buy them with Robux, according to a tweet Lucky made, and us content creators get one every week. They come in 3 tiers, each being different time lengths, with the first tier being 10 minutes, the second one being 20 minutes, and the third one being 30 minutes, and they stack up to 3 hours. So you can hunt with a bunch of different people, getting wild overworld encounters together. However, due to the encounters being overworld encounters, if a shiny does spawn, only one person can get it, and multiple people may end up trying to go for it, and it causes a bit of heartbreak. So just bear that in mind. I'm pretty sure, by the way. Oh, and bear in mind that INCENSES can also not be traded because they are counted as key items. There are also community days, in which every 1 to 2 weeks, the devs will attribute a certain day to a certain Tanorian to boost its shiny and other attribute odds. Community days can also be earned by global missions, in which the entire community has to work together and achieve a certain goal to actually earn the community day. Tamer levels are planned to have unlockable Tanorian customizations and wild modifiers as their rewards. Nothing more has been stated about this apart from that. Various different types of weather will also affect hunting, as these different weathers will affect different type encounter odds and things like that, etc. I will give a full screenshot of all of the different weathers and what types they affect, etc. on the screen. Finally, onto hordes. So you might have heard a little bit about this, but I might as well recap. Hordes have a 15 to 20% chance of happening when a battle generates after meeting a certain criteria in the story. We do not know when this is yet, by the way. Anyway, when the required criteria is met, there will be a chance in a battle to generate 4 additional Tanorians from a subpool under the leader Tanorian. The sub-table will contain Tanorians of the same evolution line or of a similar nature. So, I reckon in the example, the Doopy Bara is probably the leader, you know. You could just think of it, you know, he's the evolution, he's probably the boss, and you've got all the surrounding Doopies, you know, the minions, I guess, if you could simplify it in that way. And all of this does affect how the shinies work. So, I'm pretty sure if you are chaining, the Tanorians in a horde will be subsequently generated. So, if one of the Tanorians is shiny, then the boosted odds are erased after that point. So, let's say if it's the first Tanorian in the sequence of the horde, then all of the other odds of the shinies, like in the horde, are gonna go back up to that base 1 in 2000. Well, at least that's what I do think. And I think this is basically just to make sure people aren't getting like 5 shinies per horde with, you know, chain boosted odds. And I think it's just, you know, just put a little nerf on that and make sure it's not too overpowered. But on the upside, you can get up to 5 Tanorians added to your chain. So I think there's a bit of a trade-off here, but it does make sense. Okay, I do believe that's everything about hunting we know so far, and I've tried my best to condense it into as little time as possible and break it down. If I did get anything wrong, I do apologize. I'm just trying to infer this in my own way, and any feedback is appreciated. So, yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video and it does live up to its promise of being helpful when the game does drop, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Bye!